on. All right, so we back again with Terrance Williams. So we got some more questions for you. You said you wanted some a little more challenging, so I'm hoping that we able to bring that to you right now.
Me
So
too.
all right. All right. The first question we got for you right now is you mentioned about your dad wasn't there like with your younger years that much. How do you feel about your dad not having been consistent in your life?
I never pondered on that because I was raised in the hood. I was
Right.
raised by, gangsters. My mother held it down. And it's crazy you said it the other day. I asked my mother, I said, Mom, anybody call you to tell you Happy Father's Day? She said, Boy, I'm not no father, you father. I said, Well, you raised us, mother and father. So she just started laughing. But no, I never thought about it or pondered on like I'm not one of those people like that grew up in the hood and feel like, man, my dad wasn't there. I'm mad. No, man, I had a great life, enjoyed, my childhood, middle. I've been in jail most of my whole life, but still, yeah. But before he died, I still used to talk to him. We had a already relationship, but he just wasn't there, in the household. But
Right.
yeah, the streets raised me though, man. The streets was my pops.
Okay.
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 Yeah.
Right. So, so what was your relationship like with your half siblings then? Did y'all know about each other? And at what point did you even find out you had half siblings?
I had to be. I was young in the '80s. Birdman and Slim came over for like maybe like 2 weeks to stay with us because they was going bouncing. They'd have been in Canada. They was bouncing all around. Because their mother passed when they were young, and we had the same father. So but my father had 25 children.
Wow.
Oh.
So yeah, so I got 11. So I'm trying to catch him right now. But anyway, I'm saying, think about this here. Look, I just had one recent, so I let you know it still works. So yeah, old man, I still got it.
You
But
just came home and had one.
yeah,
Oh,
I got a son that's 1 month old.
Okay. Congratulations, man.
Thank you
Congrats.
very much. Got a little gator running around here. Yeah, man. So but yeah, a lot of my siblings I met. Some of them I met while I was incarcerated, but honestly, like my mother have two other boys.
Mm.
And what we would do, like I pull up in the hood, I wouldn't say like mama say this or mama this. I would be like, what's up, dog? I give them that like I would give the average guy in the hood because I knew how people play. My brother was out and about, and if people, if I knew people couldn't catch me, they would get my brother.
Mm.
Bro, let me tell you something. We grew up in a neighborhood, Phillip Street, between Magnolia and Robinson since the '80s. It was like it wasn't until '96 when I got shot up the second time, no, the third time.
Mm.
That guys we grew up with in the neighborhood had just found out that me and one of my brothers had the same mother, that we were brothers, so to speak. Because like I said, I had been in juvenile jail so much, running streets, and whenever I see my brother on the block or in the corner, on the corner somewhere, I would give him dap and holler at him like like, what's up, boy? All right. There's never well, mom would say this, all right, bro, that's my bro. We never did that in the streets. So a lot of people didn't know who my brothers were.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That was to protect all of us at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely.
Y'all
Right.
coming out swinging now. Okay, let's get
Yeah, so hey, you got to step up, man, because like you said, you an open book, and but like I said, I want to show another side, man. I want to let's get it, not the same old usual. But okay, so who do you think you would be today had you grown up with both parents in the home and say not in the hood either, like middle class? Do you think uh like were there ever any ambitions to try to do good, and then like saying with the circumstances being different, do you think it could have brought it out of you.
No, not at all. I always wanted to be a gangster.
Okay.
So with two parents and not, well, I can't say with having a father that he might have been more disciplined. But the thing is, like my mother used to whoop us with stingy car with boards, and my grandfather would come and whoop us. But the more I got a whooping, that's the more I wanted to go to the streets because I couldn't hit them back, so I took it out on the streets. So nah, I always want, and I took my first hit at 11 years old, so I always wanted to be a gangster. So
Okay.
nah, pops, man, my pops would have accepted, or ain't no telling, man. We might have been in the house rumbling too. But yeah, bro, but I don't know. Honestly, that may have changed my life, because when a child have a father figure that's really a father
Mm-hmm.
in a household, they tend to look up pops, look up to their pops.
Yeah.
So if the pops have a job, doing right, they inclined. I'm gonna use that word, inclined to do right, because I know people that grew up with both parents. Actually in the neighborhood, one dead now, and one is strung out on heroin, real bad. They had both of their parents, and actually they had a house where it's like a two-side, a double, where the mother, father lived on one side, and the brothers lived on the other side. They had it growing up. They had it made, but they were still in the hood. So when you're in that hood, when you come up in that hood, that peer pressure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I witnessed that, but you stated though if we had lived somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So then I might be like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, culture. You know?
Right.
So
Right.
you understand, if I understand, so I've been like culture. Yeah. Yeah, or Urkel. Got any cheese? I might have taken Urkel too. Yeah, but nah, man. Nah, I, I don't know. I can't. We could play the guessing game how we do because, like I say, you got some fathers that just don't care. Some
Yeah.
fathers, what I'm saying? Somebody forced to give you this, but you got some guys who have fathers that didn't grow up in the hood either. Or you got someone that grew up gangster too and want to change so they understand. You know, sometimes children go through phases.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a guy that he was a little older than I am, but we played football, park ball, and then he went to high school. He played for high school and college. So he to come back from college with the work though. He had all the bricks. But he got out the game while we were in our prime. I remember pull up on him one day, because he had wanted me to take a hit for him one time. And he was in a church van. And I was like, man, what's up, man? You got some work for me? Got something for me to do? He looked, pull off. Because he didn't want to hear that bull crap. And this is a guy that come from the project, had a crew, in kind of bringing them work, but he left the game,
Right.
and I got a lot of love and respect for him for that, because you got some people when they're in the game and they're young, because we were young teenagers, and you're in the peak of your life, balling, prime, and in college. Some people don't want to turn away from that.
No.
He turned away, he walked away from that, and that I commend him on that. Now I think about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, I'm happy. I always want to be. I mean, I actually am happy my life turned out how it is.
Right.
Right.
Because y'all would be talking to me right now if I was old square.
All right.
If I was an L7, y'all be like, boy, get out of here.
It depends on if you had a story to tell. You might be a L7 that
Still,
okay,
you
yeah,
still
I don't
had to
know,
fight,
yeah.
but you might have still had to fight the good fight to get there. We don't know.
But I
Yeah.
get what you're saying though. I mean, and it's funny you say that because I guess and that's kind of where that question is coming from because I was trying to see, that's why I like the Carlton and Urkel reference. But to get that once again, I want to show another side of you. I get tired of people just asking you these same downing questions and
Killing gangster questions.
what's that?
I said they asked me the killer gangster hood questions.
Yeah,
Right.
right. Nah, I want, man, because that's what we trying to get away from, man. Like we was talking earlier, we want to show the kids another side. So I want to show a side of somebody that's been down that road. but that can sit here and have a conversation about other things other than that. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so one thing I want to know is, have you ever been in love?
Yeah, I was in love with 3 girls at the same time in
Ooh.
1994. Yeah, I was in love with 3 girls at the same time. Um, and now this is how one of them broke my heart. I'm in jail in the county, and Louisiana have parish, like how you all have county, everybody have county. We have parish. So I'm in the parish jail, and me and this guy from downtown, we cool. Like I had a fight on the juvenile tier, so they kicked me off the juvenile tier, had me with the adults. So me and this guy got cool, and we would have our homeboys come to the lockup, the central lockup, for bring us weed, heroin, cameras, and all that. That's why, like, if you look on my Instagram, you'll see a picture of me in the cell with a shank in my hand with a camouflage outfit on. So
Okay.
we used to get our people to bring us stuff to the central lockup, and the guy on the trustee, he would go get it for us. So anyway, so happened this guy I had met from downtown, me and him got cool, and we started like one day, 1 week it'd be my turn for my people to bring the weed and the cameras and stuff, and then next time be his people. So having his homeboy was somebody I was in juvenile jail with, so he was the guy that was getting money. And I remember my best friend Mosquito, the original hot boy, telling me, "Man, I be seeing your girl such and such downtown in Iberville." I said, "What?" "Yeah, man. One time I seen her smoking. She was in college, so I always thought she just was goody two shoes." So um, I called her. I said, "What's up with you in the Iberville present smoking weed?" "Oh no, that girl tried to pay it to me, and she lied about all that." So I say, I never get, man. She come visit me one day. One day, I say, "What's going on? Why you been out of here?" She said, "You know such and such with the such and such color Lexus." My heart just dropped because I'm like, mind you, we teenagers.
Mm.
So in the city of New Orleans, if you had a Mercedes Benz or a Lexus back in the mid 90s, you was doing something. You was balling, you know. Because
Mhm.
back then, well, if you had $100,000, you was a millionaire.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when she said, "You know him with that Lexus," oh man, I was like, "Yeah." I said, "You didn't mess around?" She was like, "Yeah." My heart just dropped, man. Man. So she said, "No, I'm just playing." I said, "Then tell the truth. Y'all had sex?" She said, "Yeah." She said, "You mad at me? You want me to come back no more?" I was like, "Yeah, this fall back. I'm gonna holler at you when I get out." So when I went back to the tip, the guy that I'm cool with, this is his best friend. I said, "Man, I gotta holler at you, man." I said, "Man, you know your boy hit my girl." He said, "What?" He all upset and figuring like he's mad. I'm like, "But you ain't mad." But anyway, so when they lock us down, I go to them because they had the bars. It's like
Mhm.
30, it's like 2-man cells, like 30 some people on the tip, upstairs and downstairs. So
Yeah.
they cut the lights out and all that. So I walk to the bars. I say, "Hey, y'all, everybody, listen up. I got an announcement to make." I say, "Man, my girl just told me she cheating on me." I say, "So y'all better hurt while I'm hurting." I say, "When I get out, it's gonna be uptown madness. It's going down, blah, blah, blah." Everybody laughing and stuff. I went on, so I still had my other 2 women. Now, when I went to go do my state bid, I had 2 of my son, one of my son mothers, and my daughter mother come visit me at the same time in jail. And I took pictures with both of them. I thought I was a young player back then. Yeah, that was some big boy stuff back then. Um, but here's the thing: when I got out, my because I don't want to put her on the spot because she's gonna be mad because she had to relive this. She had saved up. She saved up a lot. When I come home from jail, I come home in '96. She had a house waiting on me and everything. And I went there, but then I met someone else, and I stopped going there. But I was still in love with her and this other female. And right now to this day, me and her still we real tight, still cool. Like we don't mess around, but we still have a good. We laugh. She called me fat now and all that little stuff. I tell her I'm healthy. Uh, But anyway, we still have a pretty cool relationship to this day. But the other one, I don't know how we stopped talking. I guess when I got home, I just went to running wild, going to jail. The feelings had faded away, but the one who had the sex on me, she saw me when I first got out. I was around a club, and she was like, she's real proper, like, "Hi, Terrance, come on, let's go have sex. I want to have sex with you right this minute." So I'm looking at her, she was tough too, but I was like, "No, I'm good." And she
Right.
like, "Well, you know what?" And then she walked through. I want to follow her bad, right? So it would be like the next year when I had bought this QX4 Infinity SUV off the showroom floor, and I
Mm.
knew how she liked the SUV. So I come around her house because now it didn't war off me that you cheated on, you messed over me, whatever. I done did my thing, and I got another woman that's doing very good. So now I want to hump her now. So I go around by her house. She come out the house with a female. I'm like, is she messing around with girls, man? Oh, like, what's up? She said, hey, I saw her coming out. She said, let me drop her off and come back. So they riding around town. I ain't got time to be playing her. So I just went on home and I ain't see her no more. But those three there, and they knew each other too.
Mm.
One time they came to my mother's house. I had one in the living room, one in my mother's room, and one in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Real talk, yeah. Man, I was a bad boy growing up. I didn't lost it. Nah, I don't got it like I used to, but I was a top one coming up now. Yeah, I was a hot boy for real.
So was the one that stepped out? Did she make you want to turn it up to that next notch? Then after she did that, or were you already there with it?
Yeah, I was already there with it. I was selfish. I
Okay.
thought this. Cause see, I was so arrogant and cocky. Like I still got the license plate to this day at my house. And it survived Katrina. I had a license plate on my QX4, a picture of myself on the license plate with the words, "I am jealous of myself." So I was very arrogant and cocky, conceited. I was, man. Listen, I would go around the club. I'll get like $1,000 worth of ones, put $100 bill on top of it, and when we come out the club, just to get everybody's attention, like you know how a person cuss loud and everybody gonna look,
Mm-hmm.
and I just would take the $100 bill and wipe my Reeboks off and ball it up and throw it on the ground and walk off. I should just do all. Birdman couldn't handle me back then with the stunt.
Right.
Yeah, he couldn't handle me back then. Stunt was my yo. Yeah, we used to cut up back then. Yeah.
Yeah, I done seen some of them pictures, and I kind of got that vibe. Like, yeah, yeah, gangster. When he stepped out, he don't look like he don't wear the same thing twice. You know what I'm saying?
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you a story about that. Let me tell you how that happened. I had broke out of juvenile jail in '91, and then they picked me back up. I got caught. They made they could release me in '92. So when they released me, I'm running with my homeboy Blackie Mo. So I'm in the project. He had bought me a pair of Nike, some gray Nike. I forgot what, I think it was gray. I'm sitting on the porch in the courtyard. He come back there. He said, "Man, you can't keep doing that." I said, "What? You can't keep wearing the same tennis shoes." I said, "Well, man, I ain't got nothing." He said, "Man, come on." So he bought me shopping. In 1992, from that day on, I never wore the same thing. Like I would buy a pair of tennis shoes, wear them one time, throw them in the closet, or give them away. Or, or if I buy a polo shirt today and I put it up right,
Mm-hmm.
and then say tomorrow we hanging out, we go to the shopping center, I buy a pair of jeans, and then I might buy some polo socks. So if a concert come up a month later, in my sick mind, I can't wear that because even though it's new, but it's not new.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally would have the tag in my closet, but I bought that last one. I can't rock this.
Right.
And that's how I tricked a lot of drug dealers, and I had a lot of women because when I was doing bad, you didn't know I was doing bad because I stayed fly, stayed fresh. Because like I just told you, I'm gonna buy clothes, and even though if I don't wear them clothes right then and there, that's considered old clothes to me. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm going to buy something else. But when it's time doing bad, I can go in my closet, grab something with the tag said, "Oh, I never wore this, but I had bought it months ago, but it's still
Right.
here." You know what I'm saying? So clothes, shoes, 10, that was a given. That wasn't nothing.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right? So, with all of that happening then, what does it mean to you now to be in a relationship?
I'm female bankruptcy right now.
Uh,
I don't have a woman right now. Um, I would love to have one. No, I'm playing. I don't want to have none. I was trying to have a serious phase. I'm serious. I want to get married. No. I right now I'm dating. That's what y'all like to say. That's what they say. I'm dating. That's what they say out here now. Oh, I'm just dating. You know what I'm saying? I want friends with benefits. But no, for real though, nah. Honestly, I have so many women that I'm cool with, so many women that I'm around, so many women get at me in DM. I don't know what to do. And I know how women get jealous, how they'll say one thing, then once y'all pass body fluids, it's a whole other thing.
Mm,
So I don't want to make a commitment with one woman and say, okay, look, we're gonna lock it in. And then like my fantasy is to have sex with a midget. So if a midget come along and I hump a midget, my girl gonna be mad. So we're gonna
mm.
break up. So I don't know. And then I want to hit me a white woman. So there's a lot of stuff that I still on my bucket list, bro, that no, not right now. Not right
Right,
now.
right. And then you just fresh home too. So yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, no, we can't use that card because I've been home 2 years, 5 months.
Oh, okay,
So ain't
okay.
no more fresh. But
Yeah.
let me tell you what's crazy. This time has been going by so fast. I be like, sometimes I be like, man, I've been on 2 years, 5 months. Because the reason why I say that because of this. When I was doing that life in 20, I used to see guys come back on violation.
Mm,
I've seen one guy come back 3 times on violation. And I should be like, God, just give me one chance.
right.
I say this fool keep coming, give me one chance out there. I didn't want to hear how people say, man, it's hard out there. Well, I already be out here where it's hard at being here with these miserable men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is this, as long as they print money, I'm gonna get me some money some kind of way. And
Hmm.
now with this technology, with the way things going, this suits me just fine. You know? Yeah, man. So, man, I'm just happy to be out, be free. I'm enjoying life, and I don't play with these women. I'm not gonna lie to none of these women. If I see somebody I like, and we decide to, if she decide let me go to third base, I'm letting her know this. You know, I got a problem, an addiction. How about that? Um, I need some help right now. So bear with me, or you can roll with me.
Right.
Either or, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna play with none of them right now. Now I'm not gonna lie. I don't like to lie and play with people feeling because I don't want that to happen to me.
Right,
Man,
right.
respect for that. Respect for that. As I always say, keep it 100. Shit. Everybody understand, gotta understand it.
Big
Fact.
fan. Yeah.
Right. So what would you say was your biggest challenging of parenting from prison?
Hmm. Honestly, I didn't have a big challenge because my children's mother made sure my children had cell phones. So I didn't have to, you know how some guy called up the baby mama. Man, when my child hear that man in the background, who that dude is, you mad? He over there. He better not be putting hell on my child. He better not. So I didn't have those situations, right? What I respect about my baby mother, they would tell me like, hey, I met such and such. Do you have beef with him? No.
Mm,
Y'all never had a problem? No. All right. Yeah, that's cool. Y'all do y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've had guys ask my baby mother, well, how he feel about me being out with his children? I'm like, listen, y'all got y'all thing. As long as you respect my daughter or my son, I don't have a problem with him because one thing I learned, a penis and vagina are two powerful elements. So a woman gonna do what she wanna do regardless. I'm in prison with a life of 20. I ain't got time to be trying to check for a woman between her legs. I gotta
right.
survive in here, make sure somebody don't kill me in here.
Right.
Or make sure none of the homeboys don't do nothing goofy that's gonna cause us to go to war, I lose good time, or get more time. So I've always had good relate. Like honestly, my daughters used to write me. I remember one time my daughter was 15 and 16 at school. I had called. Let's go to the school with a merit. I used to, when my daughters was in high school, we used to pay like college. We used
Okay.
to pay for them to go to. So one day I called them in the morning. What y'all doing? Nothing outside the school. Oh, we got like about it was like 30 or 40 more minutes before school let in. So I went to thinking, right? But I had like I said, and I had tricked them good because they both their birthdays right by each other. So I was like, one was already 16, and the other one was about to turn 16. So I said, oh, y'all want this Range Road? Yeah, so okay, cool. Now I called, they in front of school. I said, girl, y'all blessed. I say, when I was 15, 16, I was in juvenile jail. Here, both y'all in a Range Rover waiting to go in class. You know, because they got the little driver permit back then. But I was just always happy, like my son, one of my sons, my youngest boy. Well, not I got a young one now, but the second to the youngest now. Um, that's weird. So anyway, I would buy him like 6 pair of tennis shoes for school because I didn't want to hear, oh, Dad, I ain't going to school because I ain't had no shoes. I
Right.
had to, so I would East Bay. I had East Bay magazine. I would literally go in there, Carmelo, Jordan, different kind of shoe. Timberland. I would get him, make sure he would fly for school because I know how people, children, will be. Oh, I don't have no shoes. I don't have no, I ain't going to skip class because they making fun of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure my son had it. You know, it was good. But yeah, I honestly, and I'm blessed every time I sit back there because when you say that, I know guys in prison who baby mothers got married, started messing with other men, stop accepting the man call, don't let the children come no more because it's stepdaddy Tuesday. You know, it was just a lot of bull, and I thank God I never experienced that. Like to this day, you know, sometimes you be a little ticked off that your baby mama that went on, turned her back on you, whatever case may be. In my case, I'm so if I tried that card on any one of my children's mother, I just go to think about how they always had a way for me to talk to my daughters or my sons.
Mm.
Whenever my mother come visit or one of the baby mothers come visit, okay, I'm gonna go get him or her. So I if I want to pick all of them with them, I can't because they always made sure my children was in my life. And
Right. Right.
you know, so I'm grateful for that.
Right.
Right. Right. And salute to your baby moms for that because
Yeah.
females, yeah,
Yeah.
they'll use the child as a pawn, especially when they mad at you. So salute to them for thinking about the kids. You
You
know.
know, it's crazy you say that because now that you say that, I might need to get them. It's 9 of them. I might need to get them all together, 9 and me, and we just see if we can rekindle something. I know the husband gonna be mad when they see this here. I don't care. But that was mine first, so I want all my baby moms pull up, and maybe we might go to a pool or something, and just start there or a hot tub or something. You know,
There we go.
There you go.
9 on 1. We in the building. Yeah, I
Hey,
might start that campaign.
Hey,
right.
hey,
Hey, there's sounds like reality show in the making right there.
Yeah, you know I
yeah.
got a reality show. You know I got my reality show on my page, huh?
No, no, no. I
Yes,
haven't seen it.
it's called Surviving Without Birdman. It's on my channel now.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna definitely go look
Okay.
at it when we get off of here. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Mhm.
So, do you ever fear any type of retaliation towards your kids or any of your baby moms because of your past?
No. Reason being because when we came up, our mother's children was off limits.
Hmm.
If you go back and check the stats, when we were beefing, children, nobody was killed doing our beef. That's just new generation stuff they doing. Anybody catch, they is hitting you up to, you know.
Hmm.
No, we never done that. We never played that. And majority of the guys that I was beefing with, dead, still in jail, or they like me on the sofa now, on the couch, retired. But there's always that lurking factor where somebody might be like, if I catch him down bad, I'm gonna crush him, you know?
Right,
So I'm
right,
always on point with that. But and then with that situation, I think for me and the next person, I'm gonna get out your way.
right,
I'm gonna move because I know how far I'm gonna go, but I know when I go as far as I'm gonna go, they got a place for me. I
right.
don't want to. I don't want to go to cemetery, so it's gonna be jail, and I'm tired of that. So I don't never want to go back to jail. So I like it here. I'm in my new studio right now. This is my podcast background.
I was gonna
No,
say, yeah, yeah. I was gonna say it looked different from the last one, so I was like, you must be at the studio.
yeah, bro, I'm in my studio, man. You know what I'm saying? So, we got the. Let me show you. Let me show you. I'm gonna give y'all a quick sneak peek, and it's the
All right.
other side of the podcast room.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Is that a
Nice.
little hookah? The hookah thing?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like. that. I like that. Who did the your poster in the back?
I got a guy, my homeboy named Q Ruffin. He on Instagram. He be in my YouTube comments too. I just told him what I wanted, and he designed. He ordered it from somebody Amazon, and they shipped it out to us.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like that.
man. Yep. So,
Okay.
yeah, man, I'm hanging out. So coming from jail and now out here, able to have my own studio, doing my own thing, man, that's a big accomplishment. So I don't want to leave all this. So in order for me to stay out here to this, I'm going to stay away from the bull.
Right, right. And,
That's just
and
what it is.
and with that too, because I know early on like Calio Chill and Reaper, Ripper, I forgot his name, but he
Oh,
out the
Ripple.
out the mail, and they was getting on and having they stuff to say.
Yeah.
Um, but it don't sound like there was no real beef with y'all per se, other than maybe Ripper because of
Right.
the mosquito incident. But
No, Sterling. Sterling.
Sterling, my fault. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sterling. I was wondering, is there any way that like y'all would ever
No.
okay.
No. Because here's the thing. That would be a slap in Mosquito's daughter, son's face, mother face, family, because that was my brother. I
Right.
don't want to see no enemy. Now, here's the thing. I can still live in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't live in the same city with you. I ain't gonna lie. I
Right.
might do that. But I can still live in the same world with you. But I don't want to, you know how some people say, man, I want to see you do good, I want to see you get money. I don't want to see none of my enemies get money. And the reason why I say that, because the enemy, once they get the money, they're gonna get the power. And they can come
Mm-hmm.
back and try to annihilate me.
Mm-hmm.
So how you get it, you get it, but I'm not gonna play a part in getting money. I'm not gonna get on social media and do no kumbaya moment with you, knowing you took my best friend away from me. And I'm gonna put this on record. I have done dirt. I have done
Right.
overwhelming dirt. We're gonna make
Right.
that clear. But I still stand on all my best friends that are dead. I still stand on whoever killed them. I have an issue with that. So stay away from me. I'm gonna stay away from you. No, I don't want to be friends with you. No, I don't want to shake your hand. No, I'm never gonna be on camera smiling with him. No.
Right, right, right. And respect. And I totally understand and I get that. And the reason I wanted to ask that because of the fact and you being older now and once again having a platform and everything and kind of showing that,
Yeah, I'm still a little ignorant though. I'm old and still got a little ignorance in me. Nah.
right, right. No,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
grown.
Not so much y'all, but what you said, yeah. And it's funny because we had a couple questions, and you pretty much answered two questions in one with that one.
Yeah. Listen. I'm not perfect. I let people know that
Right.
I'm not perfect. Like I said, I make mistakes. Uh, I might contradict myself. I might cap here and there. So I'm not perfect. So no, on my platform, only thing I do is share my experience. Bro, I've been shot in 91 in my foot. 1994, I was walking. A guy was like, if I was walking this, I was at this wall. He was at that wall. That's how close he was. He running behind me with a mask and a hat on with a gun. And the guy across, she said, "Gangsta, gang." I look back. He started hitting. So he hit me in my left top buttocks. It traveled, shot a piece of my bladder, came on my right thigh. He hit me in my back, come on my side, fell down. He stood over me, and in my mind, I'm like, I can't lay down here on this ground. Because if I lay down, he gonna dog me. Because that's what we should do. We hit our man leg first. Once he fall, we want your coffin closed with the little kindergarten picture with the two teeth missing in the front.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want on your coffin. So I just pictured him trying to do that. And I jumped up. The fire with my face. I jumped up. He ran that way. I ran in the alley. And then in '96, I've been hit up. Dude jammed the car in, jumped out, was a hit, hit me up. I got hit in the left shoulder back here. The second bullet, I took it because there's the children right there. And I was like, maybe if I run through these children, he gonna stop shooting. I said, but no, if I run through these children and they get hit, they're gonna be like, "Gangsta, because of my baby dead." So I ran out in the open and gave him another shot at me, and he hit me on the arm and came out the middle of my chest.
Ooh.
I jumped in the car, my brothers pull off. When they turned the corner, they went head on another car. I said, the dude don't kill me, y'all gonna kill me. So, then I've been stabbed in my chest, fighting in the field. So I've been through it all, man. So I said to say this here. I can only share my testimony with the youngsters, the at-risk youth, and it's up to them to take it.
Exactly.
It's there for y'all. If y'all want to eat, OG Giggity gonna feed you. But other than that, hey man, I still got my pride and my struggles, but I'm gonna let the people know this is what I've been through. This is what awaits you. Hustling, when you leave out your door, yeah, you might come home that day. You might come home that day. You might come home a year from now. But there's two things still waiting you while you're in that game: death and prison. Death or prison is what's going to await you if you're still in the game, selling drugs, have your family at risk, your children at risk, have yourself at risk. That is going to happen unless you retire or you relocate.
Right.
And I always say, me relocate one of the best moves I ever made.
Right.
So yeah.
But with that being said, do you feel like, is there anything in this life that you feel like could make you kill again if you had to?
Yes. My mother, my children, baby and Slim. Yes. I'm out there. I want to try the new Draco anyway. I want to see how that thing work. Yeah, they got switches and they got the thing with the little drum. I want to cut up, but yeah, just so leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me be civilian. Let me enjoy my life. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when we, earlier we were talking about like that idea of things that we realized that we were never taught growing up and things we had to learn for ourselves later in life. But what about the idea of generational curses? What is a generational curse that you feel is the most important to break within your own family?
That's a good question. My son, he's 26 years old. He's in federal prison, right? Well, he's in the jail. He had 15 years for drug and a gun, and he's on a RICO case where he's fighting 2 homicides. Get this. The guys I was beefing with, my son is charged with the guy I was beefing with, son, and they got the same name.
Wow.
So, yeah. So that generational curse thing. Now, my son, he have 2 daughters, so maybe I hope his daughters are going to be gangsters. But one of them out the Magnolia Project. So the only way we're gonna break that, hopefully his daughters is going on. You know what? I'm gonna go and be a lawyer or a nurse or whatever they're gonna be, but that's a good one. And here's another thing though. That's why I come in at. Because as long as God give me a voice platform, they're gonna hear me. And I got enough love and respect for them to hear me.
Right.
So hopefully I'm the solution.
Right.
Yeah.
You said that you just had another son that's only a month old. What do you see yourself wanting to make sure to do different with him?
Well, I gotta see if his mother gonna let me get him. She don't want the baby to be small. The mother gonna keep him the baby for the taxes and all that other stuff. She gonna let me carry him. But he's another state. But by me going through everything I've been through, my son going through, and I got a few other sons. I got 5 boys, 6 boys, 5 girls. Okay. So with him, hopefully by the time he turns 2, we'll be hanging out more. So now, with the knowledge I have now, I can embed it in him now.
Right.
Because he's not gonna want for nothing. Because I'm at an age now where the materialistic stuff don't count for me no more.
Right.
I'm an old man. I can't be pulling up around the club. Girl, what's happening, girl? I'm an old hot boy. Girl. You know what I'm saying? They be like, I'm going on home. Don't get off around here. You know what I'm saying? OGB. So I will be able to make sure my son don't want for nothing and get the proper education that he needs. But as long as God spare me life, I'm going to be on his butt. I'm going to be the father that I didn't have to him.
Right. Yeah. That part. Yeah.
Right. So, and welcome to the world of little ones all over again.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I
I'm
got
ready
it.
for that. I'm ready for that because I always saved it when I was in prison. I said when I got out, I wanted 10 more, but my main goal was this. One of my daughters, I had brought her mother to the hospital. I saw her come out of her mother. I was the first one to talk to her. So I was like, with this time with a child, I want to be the one to bring the child to school,
Mhm.
while take the first step. I want to be really, really in my child's life.
Right,
So yeah, it's gonna be real cool, real fun. And with the job I have now, I'm a full-time YouTuber, so I would be able to have enough time to spend with my son.
right,
So
right,
he'd be right here making content with me. You know,
right,
I'd
right,
be like,
right,
"Don't think about this here. Think about that, son."
right.
So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool.
It's funny because I thought about the same thing with my son. He'll be 2 this year. My first son. I got 3 daughters, 1 son. So it's a whole different ball game as far as me raising girls versus raising a son. Like, man, like you see the little grays. Like I ain't had this. These just came in, just
Yeah,
came in.
yeah,
So yeah, it's the challenge with these young boys.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I'm up for it though.
yeah. Let's get it, then. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So what would you say is the biggest loss that you've suffered in your life that's had the biggest emotional impact on you?
Well, the first time I ever cried on the street is when Black and Mo, the one I told you who told me I don't be wearing the same shoe. I
Yeah.
cried. I was on the street because me and him was running together, and I had left to go have sex with this girl because I was on the run from juvenile jail. No, no, no. They had managed to release me at this point, but I told her, I said, "Man, I'll be back." I had me a fine one. So I stayed so long, he had left because we were supposed to go to show at the movie theater that night. He left. So I fell asleep and my brother busted through me. He said, "You and Black Emoji got shot up." I like, yeah, whatever. I'm like 17 years old, something like that. I'm on, they basically were you for Jude out there. So I jump up, I go outside, flag it, I get a car, I get a ride to the hospital. He had got hit up 20 something times. He was in a
Damn.
car. You see, they had flat the front tire, and he was a big guy, like 6 something big. So his girl had him sit in the back seat, and she dropped. So they got up under the bridge to go by the project. Car pulled up with an AK-47 over fire on him. She was like, "Give me my gun, give me my gun," because there was a movie theater. She had the gun in her purse, but she was like,
Mhm.
"Nah, just lay down." They hit the car. They came around, got out the car, stood up and hit up some more because they know they had to finish him. So that was a big L for me. And then of course I was I was with Sterling when he got killed. We was actually together.
Mm.
He got hit 7 times, something like that, back of his head. Mosquito, the original hot boy, had just dropped me off, and he got killed. I had just got the phone with the other original hot boy doing it when he got killed.
Mm.
So but at that point, I had become numb to it
Right.
because living in a project, you taking the life, people taking your friend life, um, my mother being shot in my war, you know. So, like I said, but my biggest loss because that was my first one was Black and Mo.
Right.
Yeah, that gave me a wake up call that you not the toughest,
Mm.
or there's
Mm.
other gangsters, there's other real ones around that'll see about
Right.
you. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's facts. That's facts. You know. But yeah, man. I know what we didn't had you for about another hour, and I do appreciate it, man.
Hey
You
yo, hey
told
yo,
us
what I told y'all though? What I told y'all?
you said if we
Right,
had the right
right,
questions, you was gonna extend it. So yeah, yeah.
It
right.
started 15 minutes and look at it. I told you. See, listen, let me tell you something, bro. This how I'm serious about this YouTube stuff and how I see my lane. I don't want to go back to jail because I study it. I know what 10 questions would do.
Right,
And
right.
especially, and here's the big thing. Let me tell y'all this too. You see how y'all partners and how y'all asking the question, but you're not forcing nothing, you're not trying to get involved, you're not being disrespectful.
Right.
Stay that way, and people are going to want to come on your channel.
Right.
You
Right.
know, if you treat the people right, they're going to want to show up and show out for you.
Right. Right.
You know, because I already knew. I was like, because I'll tell a person 15, because sometimes I be tired. I be ripping around. I make my own content, doing stuff. So, because I like to keep my word. So I'm
Right.
going to say 15, but who knows? When I'm feeling good, it's going to, and I told y'all, but I told y'all get the right questions, it's going to go past 15. And look, so now here's another tip. Break it up in clips, 10-minute clips.
Okay.
So that way you got more content on your page. But are you all monetized?
Not
We
yet.
eligible. We just got to
Yeah.
start posting and getting it going.
How many subscribers y'all have?
On IG or just because right now
No,
we just
on
go ahead.
YouTube.
Oh, we haven't
We
got
ain't
on there
started
yet.
YouTube.
Yeah, we haven't got on there
Oh,
yet.
y'all do the Instagram.
Yeah, right now, we gonna probably put some of this on Instagram, clip on Instagram, a clip on Facebook, and then we gonna start getting a YouTube channel going. But I wanted to get content, so I've been shooting videos since last probably 2 weeks, and I got another one tomorrow. So I just wanted to get my content up before I put it out there because I didn't want to just put one video and then lack off. Like I want to
Right.
have enough
Keep the
content.
flow going.
Right, right.
Well, Facebook page just like YouTube page.
Yeah.
And when you got enough content now, break up the clip, break it up,
Yeah.
drop teams and hit them with stuff, and that's gonna get you subscribers. But YouTube, that's where y'all want to go. That's the best place to go.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to YouTube and make them shorts, make them little clips, and it's gonna help your page grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
Bet. Man.
Yeah.
And we definitely gonna keep in contact, man. I got your number. I'm gonna
All
definitely
right.
hire some upcoming stuff, man, because we got a lot of things going on, and and there's always things to talk about. So I'm gonna
Thanks.
definitely, you know what I'm saying, keep tapping in with you, and get some more stuff done for sure.
All right. Cool. All
Yeah.
right, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Thank you too, man. If you
All
need
right.
anything, give us a holler, bro.
All right. I got it all now, man. God give me life and give me my mother. And I got
Right,
a son now.
right,
All
right.
right. All
All
right,
right,
man. Thank y'all.
all right.